Welcome. Welcome, everybody. How are you doing today? It's so very nice to have you here. So many people are really affected by what is going on in the world right now, what is going on politically here in the US, what is going on with the virus, with the economy. Many people I hear from are frustrated, angry, reactive, upset, anxious, depressed with what's going on. And I just wanted to say that everything that arises here and everything that you experience right now is normal. It's something that many people are going through right now, many people are experiencing right now. And that, the best way to deal with it is with understanding, with tenderness, and with kindness, and with the willingness to be present to it just the way it arises, even though that's sometimes easier to say than do, right? But as always, as we have always done, the willingness to be present to what is very powerful. And also, this moment in time may be an opportunity for many of us to engage more in the world, maybe to engage more in ways that strengthen our democracy here. And if that is the movement that you experience, I would say great. I would encourage you to follow that. Expression or action in the world is often really helpful or something completes in the nervous system when we are able to do that. And yet we also want to remember that peace, presence, awakening, freedom are found here already in every given moment. Again, we can know that in our willingness to come here, in our willingness to not to believe the mind, not to identify with what arises. And I have created this little program because this is something from my own practice that I wanted to share. A program that is titled For Peace and True Abidance in Presence, Don't Believe Anything. I will say that again: for truth, for peace, for true abidance in presence, don't believe anything. Meaning, don't believe the mind. Don't believe the mind, because as we are going through our day, moment by moment by moment, we are picking up different beliefs. Maybe some of the beliefs that we already are believing get a little stronger. Or maybe we are adopting some beliefs, from what we are hearing, from what we are seeing, from how we are engaging in the world. And there has to be a moment that we are willing to let that go, that we are willing to just come back here and be here for a moment. Like when you go to sleep every night, you have to let go of everything, because if you think about anything, you're not going to be able to sleep, right? Or this is going to wake you up at night, right? So the willingness, moment by moment by moment, when you notice your mind, or when you notice your engagement with the mind, when you notice that solidification or solidifying of beliefs, when you notice like something is becoming stronger and stronger, and you start to engage, and you start to feel a certain also mental, emotional, physical content with it, that's the time to realize, for true abidance in presence, don't believe anything. And of course, that's much easier to be done when the nervous system is here regulating well. Sometimes we can just do it just by noticing. Sometimes it requires us to sit here a little longer. And I want to invite you to just take a moment right now. And if the situation in the world in any way affects you right now, I just want you to first become aware of that's what's really happening. We need to start with facts. We need to start where we really are. And notice how that is affecting your experience. How do you notice it on the level of sensation in your experience? And can you take a moment to notice that? Sitting here with your eyes open, resourced in the environment, understanding that the brain and the nervous system needs a little reminder on the present time. It needs a little reminder that right now in this moment, nothing is going on, that everything is okay right now. We get that by keeping our eyes open, by looking around, by noticing sensations in your body. So whatever is present for you, let's just have that here. Let's have a moment. Let's have a moment for it to be here. And if there's a lot going on the level of sensation, you can remember to notice your feet on the ground, to notice the weight of your body where you are sitting. To notice your arms and your hands. And also notice when eventually, as you are sitting, there's a little bit of a change, when there's a little bit of a shift. When your attention comes more to rest. When maybe the engagement with what has arisen has lessened or stopped or slowed down. And maybe you're starting to have a little more sense of the present. Because that's what you want to know, right? Moment by moment by moment, regardless of what is going on in the world. Regardless, that's where we find solace. That's where we find peace. That's where we find answers to our questions. That's where we find everything that we are looking for. So I want to encourage you to do this little practice on your own and also to join us on the 31st of January. This is usually a call just for our returning students, but because of everything that is going on, I'm decided to open it to everybody. So everybody is invited to join us and to discover a little bit more, to talk more about what is the mind and what is the difference between mind and presence and what does it mean to be here. And I'm just looking at some notes here about the nervous system and its capacity to be here and how to break the reliance on the mind, and also how to understand, how do patterns of the past survive? How can we find peace and freedom when patterns of the past are present. So I'm looking forward to our time together.